So what we're going to go over today, my dad's going to teach you how to cook the perfect steak. Not just any way.
The best way.
That's right. Welcome to my backyard. It's time for another episode of Max Effort Muscle Meals. Coach Myers here, and I got a special guest for you today. My dad, Kim Myers. Let me tell you, he's an OG in the weight room and in the kitchen. So a lot of you probably already know, I've mentioned many times on social media, this is the guy that taught me how to lift weights, but few of you may know that he's actually the guy who taught me how to cook. Now, I come from a long line of great chefs. My grandma Jane, 91 years old, still probably fundamentally the best cook on earth, I would have to say. My mom is also an excellent cook. My younger sister, Casey, excellent cook, but if there's one person I really bow down to in the kitchen, it's this guy right here. So, Dad, why don't you tell the Max Effort Nation out there about how you learned how to cook?
Well, it was mostly trial and error with a lot of error, right? I always loved to eat, and I figure if I love to eat, I better learn how to cook.
There you go. It's as simple as that. If you love something, work hard at it, just like working out. If you love to eat, then
You better learn how to cook.
You better learn how to cook, exactly. So what we're going to go over today, my dad's going to teach you how to cook the perfect steak. Not just any way.
The best way.
That's right. Okay, so just to start off, Dad, well, it looks like we got some strip steaks here. What do? You just pull them out of the fridge and throw them on the grill? What's step one?
No, you got to let them set out until they come to room temperature.
And why is
About
that?
20 minutes. Well, that way your steak cooks evenly. If it's still cold, you're not going to get the middle of it warm. The outside's going to cook too fast.
Knowledge bomb right there. Now, what do you want the grill set on? High, medium, low?
High. You got to have high heat. You want to get that nice crust on the outside.
All right. And then do you use like a Pam spray, or what do you put on the grill to make sure it doesn't stick?
No, we cut off a piece of fat, and then we'll take the tongs and grease the grill up with that.
Ooh, this is an old school, old world tip if I ever heard of one right there. We're cutting a piece of the fat off. He's gonna grab it with the tongs. Grill's nice and hot.
Got to be smoking.
Now once you're done with this, we're going to season them up. What do you recommend for the perfect steak, seasoning-wise?
Just something real simple. I always use the Holy Trinity, salt, pepper, and garlic.
Salt, pepper, and garlic, that's all you need. Now what do you think about salt, pepper, and garlic versus like those pre-canned marinades and stuff?
Well, the only real reason you would use a marinade is if you got a cheap cut of meat and you want to get it a little bit tender, and that's okay. But I want to taste the steak. Just a little salt, pepper, and garlic to enhance the flavor of the meat. It's really all you need.
Nice and simple, you don't need to overdo it.
Yeah, and if you don't have a grill, you can get yourself a nice cast iron skillet, and it really works just as well. Just remember, you got to have it hot.
All right, well, it looks like the grill's hot. Let's get these babies seasoned up and get them on there. Okay, we got our steaks up to room temperature. We got them seasoned. We got our grill hot, smoky, and oiled from that piece of fat. Now we're going to throw them on there. Now, what's kind of your philosophy as far as cook time? What do you think here?
Well, depending on how big your steak is, you want to go 3 to 5 minutes to a side. Just flip them once, unless you want to have the fancy crosshatch marks on there, which you don't really need. But if you want that, all you got to do is turn them 180 degrees about halfway through.
Okay. Now, how many times should you flip the steak?
Just once.
Just once. And explain to them why that is.
Well, you want to get that nice crust on the outside, and the less you play with that steak, the better off you are. Just put it on there and let it cook.
Okay, and so how can you tell when it's time to flip?
when you got that nice crust on there. It's okay to lift it up and take a peek at it.
Okay, and you could even turn it so you get the cross marks on it, but you don't want to keep flipping it back and forth.
The less, like I said, the less you move it around, the better off you are.
See, now you guys see where I get it from, right? Okay, so one other thing. Now this is just going to be more of, let's say, just your opinion. What do you think about, say, medium rare steak, which is how we eat ours, versus a well done steak?
I think if you make them well done, you're kind of losing the flavor of the steak. You're making it tougher, but some people like them that way. I don't know. I like mine bloody.
I like mine bloody too. If you cook it well done, you might as well go eat roast beef. All right, have a little blood in your steak. It's good for you. So we're gonna let these cook. What do you say, 3 to 5 minutes? Some of these are pretty thick.
Yeah.
We'll give them a flip and then
3 to 5 minutes. And if you want it closer to medium or medium well, just let it go another minute or two.
Now, what do you think about covered versus uncovered?
Uncovered.
Uncovered.
If you close the lid, you end up steaming it a little bit. And you don't want that. You want your steak grilled.
That's going to toughen it up a little, right?
I think so.
So tell me again, you've told me the story before. Tell me about the first time you had a real steak. How old were you?
I was a freshman in high school. My friend's uncle, it was after a football game, he said he was going to take my friend out for a steak, and he looked at me and he says, we'll take him with us too. And we went to the White Bear Inn. I had this giant sirloin. They didn't know steaks could taste like that. It was really good.
All right, Kim, what do you think? Think these bad boys look done?
I think so. Let's take them off and let them rest.
Okay, you say let them rest. What exactly does that mean?
Well, that lets the juices flow back into the meat and lets the temperature even out. And usually about 3-4 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, let them rest. And then
you basically just take them off, let them sit?
Yep.
Don't want to bite right into it right off the bat?
No.
All right, we're going to let these rest and it'll be time to dig in. Okay, so we've let our steaks rest for about 5 minutes, and I'm just going to tell you this has been the longest 5 minutes of my life. I'm not a very patient person. When I'm hungry, I'm even less patient. But, Dad, why don't you go and do the honors? Cut one of these open. Make sure we're good to go.
Oh, nice and tender. A little bit of pink.
Nice and pink still in the middle. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't really call that bloody. I'd call that one medium. Why don't you go and take a bite and see how they taste. Looks like a samurai with that knife.
Delicious.
All right, I'm ready to dig in. Dad, thanks for coming and teaching everyone how to cook the perfect steak. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure to go to maxeffortmuscle.com to catch more episodes of Muscle Meals. Also, build a stack, get your supplements, get your training, get your mind right. Now get out of here. It's time for us to eat.